two, one.
Wow, this fucking trailer took forever to come out. You know what? Before I even talk about the trailer, the promotion for this trailer was fucking horrible. The first trailer we get was the logo, the Live and Learn remix, which was awesome, and then we heard Jim Carrey laughing in the trailer, which was interesting because in the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 interview, Jim Carrey wasn't too sure he was going to return. He was going to retire afterwards. Depending on the script, he was going to return. So after he read it, and yeah, I guess he decided to come back. But after that, it was radio silence. Paramount didn't say jack shit after that one teaser trailer. Now, we've had a lot of fake trailers, fake leaks, AI voices and all that. We had all those fake things from all those other people, but that's not Paramount's fault. What I do hear about Paramount is the promotion. We did get figures and toys and hats, socks, and merchandise of Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which would have been okay. But then they started to use old renders of the old characters from the previous movies and then just slap the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 logo on them. That is some lazy, false advertising. And to make matters worse, they didn't show us the full trailer. They decided to advertise the toys and their merchandise, but you guys haven't delivered not a single trailer of this fucking movie. But hey, we're gonna sell those socks and toys, so that's something. There was even a rumor going on saying maybe this is Paramount's way of saying, yeah, we're gonna delay the movie and it's not gonna come out till early January or something like that. I would have been fine with that, but I really wish they would stop the promotion and just come out and say something about it. But they finally delivered about fucking time. I don't know why the advertisement of this movie was fucking horrible. The way it was sort of worth it, but I will say the advertisement of this movie was fucking, it was horrendous, okay? It fucking sucked. Okay, so now the trailer itself. Now I'm not gonna go and analyze or details about the trailer, blah blah blah. Everyone's already made their videos, and I'm not gonna repeat everything that everybody else has already been said about the movie. So I'm gonna go talk about the things that interest me. With that being said, let's get the most obvious out the way. No, this is not a Sonic Adventure 2 movie. I thought this was going to be a Sonic Adventure 2 movie at one point, but as you see, at first, people thought it was going to be a Sonic Adventure 2 movie for many reasons. First of all, Shadow, of course. Secondly, the logo, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 logo, it has, Sonic's head on the top and Shadow's head at the bottom, just like Sonic Adventure 2. And then, to top it all off, as I mentioned, they have the remix of Live and Learn. So, I don't blame most people thinking, oh, this is going to be a movie of Sonic Adventure 2. But no, it's just going to take elements from Sonic Adventure 2. It's kind of like Sonic the Hedgehog 2, for example. Even though it had Knuckles and Tails and the Master Emerald and all that, you'd think it sounds like a Sonic 3 and Knuckles movie, but it's not. It takes elements from that game, but it's not really a Sonic 3 and Knuckles movie. Sonic the Hedgehog 3, even though it has a lot of Sonic Adventure 2 themes going on, it's just taking elements from the game, but it's not really a Sonic Adventure 2 movie. But again, I don't blame most people not thinking that because, again, I thought it was too. Now, originally, I didn't really like Shadow being in this movie because Shadow was a huge leap. After Sonic the Hedgehog 1, we had Eggman. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, we had Knuckles and Tails. And then in Sonic the Hedgehog 3, we immediately get Shadow. You'd think Metal Sonic of all characters would be in the third one, not Shadow. I still hold my good that Shadow should not be in this third installment. But hey, it's the third movie in the trilogy, so I guess they needed to bring in a big antagonist. But I'm sorry, I don't think Shadow should really be in this third movie. But I can sort of see why they still chose him. For A, he is possibly Sonic's most popular rival. And secondly, at least movie Sonic, not video game Sonic, but movie Sonic's backstory, it does kind of tie in with Sonic, to be honest. Sonic started off with his family, the Hulk, then he lost her, he was alone for a long time, but instead of Sonic taking a dark path, his heart didn't go anywhere, it still stayed pure throughout all these years, and then eventually, he did find new family, and he did make friends. But Shadow, on the other hand, he didn't. Like Sonic, he started off with love. He had someone in his life, Maria. He lost her. But then, unlike Sonic though, he didn't keep his heart pure. He was sealed in and he was caged in, and he wants revenge, and now his heart is just full of anger and revenge. Luckily, Sonic didn't fall in that path. So basically, Sonic is seeing a mirror of himself and thinking like, wow, at one point Sonic could probably end up like Shadow, but he didn't. It's not original. We've seen this done plenty of times in anime, movies, and all that. I've seen it done happen a lot. That's the hero, that's the villain. The hero and villain is like they're the same, but they're not the same. It's done before, but hey, I can see why they still chose Shadow for this third installment. Makes sense, but still, I don't think Shadow should be in this movie. I still say it's Metal Sonic. Speaking of Metal Sonic, there are theories speculating that Metal Sonic could possibly be the final boss. It's a cheap ending a little bit for him to sporadically just show up out of nowhere, I'll admit. But if you think about it, the second movie kind of did that too. You know, Knuckles wasn't the real final villain. He was being manipulated as usual. So after Sonic realizes his mistakes, Knuckles switches sides, and then they fight the real monster, that being the Egg Robo from Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Yeah, it kind of felt cheap a little bit, but what are you gonna do? So people think in this third installment, after Sonic finally makes Shadow realize what he's doing is wrong, Metal Sonic shows up out of nowhere. Now some people might say it feels a little cheap for Metal Sonic just to boom appear out of nowhere, but there is sort of a hint that he could be in the movie. In the trailer, Eggman does request Sonic to give him one of his hairs, and of course he uses Sonic's fast magic hair thing to power one of Eggman's robots. One of his robots was Metal Sonic. I can see that working. I could really see where Metal Sonic could come out of nowhere. Eggman helps Sonic for a while, he betrays him, and then he makes Metal Sonic, and then Sonic and Shadow gotta team up to defeat him. Or there are diehard fans like myself, I doubt this will happen, but I would love to see the Bio Lizard. But I don't know. As much as I want to see the Bio Lizard in this movie, I don't think they're going to have the CGI budget to give us a Bio Lizard. No, scratch that. I don't think they're going to have the budget to give us a real good CGI of the Bio Lizard. I don't know. But if he is in there and he does look that damn impressive, ooh, that would be interesting. Although, I find it hard to believe for the Bio Lizard not to be in here. I mean, like I said, it's not a Sonic Adventure 2 movie, but in terms of the characters though, the Bio Lizard was the first Ultimate Life Form to be created, and Shadow was then created secondly after the Bio Lizard. At least chronologically, that's how it is. At least I hope that's where they're going with this movie, because, you know, it wouldn't make sense that Jiro made the Lizard first and then Shadow. And you know what? Speaking of the Ultimate Life Form, Shadow doesn't really say that in his trailer. That's one of his most iconic lines that he should ever say. I'm the Ultimate Life Form. But he doesn't say it. So it makes me wonder, are we even following the whole Ultimate Life Form trope in this movie? Are we? And since we're still talking about Sonic characters, people are speculating that maybe Amy and Rouge are in the movie, but they don't want to reveal them so early because they'd rather make it be a surprise in the movie. I can see that too, but I got a question though. If Rouge and Amy are secretly in the movie, if they really are in the movie, then why did they show us Professor Jiro Robotnik at the end of the trailer? Especially considering that Professor Jiro should be, you know, fucking dead. So, as much as I want to believe Amy and Rouge are being hidden in this trailer, it makes me wonder why they show Professor Jiro Robotnik. And you know what? I'm just gonna say, they spoiled that. That was too much of a spoiler. I don't think they should have shown Professor Jiro Robotnik being in this movie. I mean, if they wanted to, that's fine, but that should have been left for us to discover, like, wow, he's still alive? Which actually brings me to another problem. I don't think he should be alive. He should be dead. It's been like 50 years. There is no way this man should be alive. So people are speculating, and I'm speculating, that maybe Eggman is just hallucinating. Maybe this is just a fever dream. He's not actually there. Eggman just thinks he's seeing his grandfather, but he's not really there. He's hallucinating. He's asleep. Whatever. There's no way Jiro can be alive after 50 years. Unless he really looks good for an old man. Or he has that quirk like Dr. Garaki from My Hero Academia. He can stop himself from aging. Okay, now let's talk more about Shadow himself. Shadow looks good. He looks really good. He looks really damn impressive. He's amazing. He looks like how I imagine him to be in live action. Even the fake trailer, not fake trailers, but fake images I've seen online and all that, it still looks like how he looks. He looks like he's from the games. He just looks perfect. He looks amazing. So, what can I say that hasn't been said that I've already seen other videos about? He looks perfect. He's amazing. He's definitely gonna be the best part about the movie. Now, about his voice actor, Keanu Reeves. I love Keanu Reeves. First of all, let me say I love him, man. You guys think I'm gonna say something negative? I'm not. I love Keanu. He is amazing. And even when the camera is not on him, when he's not doing movies or anything, even when you see him in the streets, he's still an awesome, nice guy. He's a cool dude. I love the man. And I will say his voice as Shadow in the trailers, he does sound pretty good. I will give him that. He does sound like a good Shadow the Hedgehog. As for a replacement in the games, I'm not too sure yet. See, Ben Schwartz, I agree. I even said this in my review, in my other review of the movies. Whenever Roger Craig Smith stops being the voice of Sonic and they had to find another Sonic replacement, me and the rest of the community, we agree Ben Schwartz can be the voice of Sonic. He sounds like a really good Sonic. I put him up there next to Jaleel White and my favorite Ryan Drummond. I put him up there with those top two up there. He is that damn good. So whenever Roger Craig Smith stops, Ben Schwartz is perfect for Sonic's replace. His Roger Craig Smith's replacement. Let him be Sonic. Keanu Reeves as Shadow, from the trailers, I will say he does sound really good. He does sound really good, but he didn't talk much in the trailer, so I gotta see the full movie to say, oh yeah, he's a worthy successor of David Humphrey and Jason Griffin. David Humphrey is my favorite. Jason Griffin is my second favorite. I forgot the new guy who's voicing Shadow in Sonic X Shadow Generations, but I'm starting to like him. I didn't like him at first, but after a while, it grew on me, and I'm like, I can see him as a third good Shadow. Keanu, I can't really say, because I have to watch the full movie. But I will say in the trailers, he does a damn good job. I will give him that. Now, I want to talk about a little controversial real fast. Like I said, I love Keanu, but the director kind of pissed me off. Before the movie even came out, he said he wanted a celebrity voice actor to voice Shadow. I didn't like when he said that. I'm like, okay, so basically you're not thinking about the voice that's coming out of Shadow, but you're just thinking about how cool it would be if a well-known person voiced that character. No, that's not a good thing. That scared me. So I'm like, you're not gonna look for a good performance. You're just gonna look for the person who's more popular, who has a big name to voice Shadow. When it comes to voice acting, it should be about the voice delivery, not the person who's voicing that person. Sure, someone you see might look cool, that guy might act pretty cool, someone might know that celebrity real good, but do their voice suit this particular character you're going for? So it makes me wonder, if Keanu Reeves wasn't that good as Shadow, would Keanu Reeves still be the voice of Shadow? I hope not. Lucky for him, Keanu Reeves was really good as Shadow. Again, from the trailers, Keanu Reeves was really good. But again, if Keanu Reeves wasn't that good and he had like a bad voice or something, what, would you still cast him as Shadow? No, cast him as Shadow because he sounds good. He sounds like Shadow. He sounds like something Shadow should be. Not because, ooh, he's Keanu Reeves, I'm gonna make him be Shadow. No, I don't like that. That should not be the reason why you chose Keanu Reeves. I could care less about that. When I heard Keanu Reeves voicing Shadow, I'm not like, ooh, Keanu Reeves is voicing Shadow. I'm just like, wow, I'm going to see that because, wow, that guy sounds like Shadow. Even if you got someone who's not well known, if that person sounds good as Shadow, I'm seeing it for Shadow. I'm not seeing for who voices Shadow. I'm going for it because, wow, Shadow sounds good. He looks good. I'm going to see it for Shadow. I don't give a fuck who's voicing him. But of course, these Hollywood directors and all that, hey, it's a Hollywood, so hey, people want to see these big budget people because they're voicing a certain person. A family relative of mine, my uncle, he loves Keanu Reeves. He really does. But he doesn't care about Sonic, and just because Keanu Reeves is voicing a character he doesn't know, my uncle doesn't care about that. He was like, I like Keanu Reeves, but I'm not going to go see the movie just because he's voicing a character I don't know. My uncle doesn't know nothing about Sonic the Hedgehog, and he doesn't care about that. That's just one example. But to be fair to Hollywood, there are some people out there who would go see a movie just because an actor they know is going to voice them, which is pretty sad because it should be about the voice delivery, not the actors. But that's the world we live in, I guess. But yeah, but to me though, I could give a fuck who's voicing Shadow. As long as he sounds good, that's why I want to see it. I want to see it for Shadow, not because who's voicing the character. I don't care about that. Not to go off topic a bit, but that was one of the many reasons why I didn't like the Lion King remake. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of reasons. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of reasons why I didn't like the Lion King remake, but one of my many reasons why I didn't like it was because they had to get a lot of African actors to voice it. They didn't hear about who were voicing the characters in that movie. They just cared about putting black actors in there. Now, coming from a black person, I'm still offended by that. It should be about the voices. It shouldn't be about their race or who they are. They can be white, Asian, Mexican, I don't care. If their voices are not that good, then the movie's really good. It's going to destroy what the characters, it's going to destroy the characters themselves, because the voices matter. Voices matter. Not their race, not their genders, not their looks, their voices. And guess what? Since they were so curious about getting black actors in that movie, everyone was fucking awful. Even James Earl Jones voicing Mufasa, he doesn't have the same vocal delivery like he did years ago. The man's aging, and his voice really shows that he can't deliver the same like he did years ago. But hey, he's black, so we gotta put him in there. Even Jeremy Irons, who voiced Mufasa, Scar, who voiced Scar in the animated version, he was even hoping Disney would contact him and bring him back to reprise his role. But they couldn't do it because they're like, no man, sorry James Earl Jones, you're not, they're like, sorry, Jeremy Irons, you're not black, so you're not coming back in this remake. Because race is what matters in voice acting, am I right? Shut up! I didn't mean to go on a temper tantrum right there, not to go off topic, but the point I'm getting at is, like I said, voices are important in voice acting. Not the person, not the race, the voice acting. So to get back on topic, Keanu Reeves as Shadow in the trailers, he sounds pretty good, but until I see the full actual movie, I can't really say he's a worthy Shadow voice actor, so we'll just see how that goes until I see it. The last thing to discuss about this, about this movie I want to say is the music. Now look, in the past Sonic movies, I did not like the music in these games. Some of them are passable and some of them are... My biggest problem, of course if you're a Sonic fan, is that they do not use any music from the games. If there's one thing Sonic is best known for, even no matter how bad most of his games might be, the music is always key in these fucking games. And they're always fantastic. Why in the fuck would they not try to play some of these songs, do some remix of them? I don't care. They do not acknowledge any of Sonic's music. This is the first time, this is the second time, this is the second time they have used a Sonic recognizable song in the trailer, but we don't know if it's actually going to be in there. They did use a recognizable Sonic song from Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the movie, but it was only in the trailers. It was never in the actual movie. So even though we hear Live and Learn in the teaser trailer, is it actually going to be played in there? Or is it going to be in the movie? Or is it that just made for the trailer? Guys, you have to take elements from the music from Sonic the Hedgehog, and I cannot believe they did not do that. Mario has had one movie so far. One fucking movie so far, and Mario had a lot of references to his songs. Sonic's had two movies, and none of them acknowledge any of Sonic's music. That is a fucking crime and a shame. I don't care. In this movie, in Sonic the Hedgehog movie 3, it can be from Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Heroes, Shadow the Hedgehog, I don't fucking care. Get some music from one of these Sonic games and let it be in this fucking movie. Sonic is best known for its soundtracks, so please guys, don't miss the opportunity in this third trilogy not to acknowledge any of Sonic's songs. That's a sin. That is one of the 10 commandments in the Bible. You use every Sonic song. You use a Sonic song if you're doing an adaptation. But just get the music right this time, guys. I'm not a rap person. I'm really more of a metal/rock person, which is self-explanatory because that's mostly what Sonic soundtracks are. So yeah, as a huge rock and metal fan and all that, Sonic needs a recognizable soundtrack from his fucking games. Please, this is your opportunity to finally fix that shit. Well, at the end of the day, despite my bitching and nitpicking on a few things, am I excited to see this movie? Of course, I am looking forward to this movie. Just like the first two films, I will be seeing the son of a bitch on day one. Oh, speaking of day one, wow, this movie's coming out December 20th, the same day as the shitty Mufasa prequel. Aubrey, you're calling the Mufasa movie shitty? You haven't seen the movie. It's a Disney live-action movie. Of course it's going to be fucking shit. And I'm not even gonna take my word on. I'm not even gonna take it back. I know it's going to be shit because it's a fucking Disney live-action movie. True, it's a prequel to The Lion King for us fans who've been waiting so long to see. But for A, it's not connected to the original movie. It's not. And secondly, it's a live-action. If it was animated, okay, but live action, it can kiss my ass. I don't care what they say. But anyway, back on topic. We're all going to see Sonic the Hedgehog movie 3. Let's be real. We're going to see that movie. No one's going to see that piece of shit on opening day. So, yes, I will be seeing Sonic the Hedgehog 3 on opening day. I'm looking forward to the movie. I just have to be a little nitpicky because as a diehard Sonic fan, of course I'm going to be a little nervous on a few things. So, I want to make sure they get everything right for this third installment. Because let's be honest, a third installment in a trilogy, it's usually the worst. Let's be honest, it's not always the best. It's always the first or the second movie that's the best. But I hope with Sonic the Hedgehog 3, from the look of the trailers, it lives up to the expectations. But don't forget, trailers can be deceiving. It's a lot better than from, what the trailer shows, and then when you actually watch it, it's nothing what I thought it was. Hopefully Sonic Movie 3 is the movie. Hopefully it can break the trilogy curse, like, a third movie in a trilogy can be good. So I really hope so, and I'm glad everybody's excited about it, but I'm still gonna be optimistic. I'm not gonna be jumping out of my chair being excited like this is gonna be the best in the trilogy, this is gonna be the best movie. You gotta be optimistic, people. It's okay to be excited, but you gotta take your expectations a little low. So I'm excited for the movie. I'm seeing it on day one, and I just hope this is the best in the trilogy. I just hope so, because I'm really having high hopes that this is just gonna be amazing, and I just can't wait. I can't. Okay, so before my ugly ass go, I wanted to give my quick thoughts on Sonic and Shadow Generations. Well, not thoughts, but just give my quick synopsis of it. Again, what hasn't been said about the game? It looks good. I pre-ordered it twice. I got it digitally. I got the collector's edition, which, by the way, the collector's edition not coming out till next year. That is fucking. But I bought it twice, so I have no nitpicks about it. Unlike the Sonic Movie 3 that I had a few nitpicks on, I don't have not much nitpicks to say about Sonic and Shadow Generations. All the advertisements, the trailers, I feel like this is going to be probably one of the best Sonic games we've gotten in a long while. Well, next to Sonic Frontiers, excuse me. I did love that game too, by the way. So I'm hoping this is one of the best ones. It is tied in with Sonic Generations, which is already one of the greatest Sonic games ever made. Which, by the way, I guess I will say I do have one problem. As much as I love Sonic Generations and I'm glad Shadow is part of it, I kind of wish they were separate a little bit. I mean, in a way, Shadow Generations is a new game. It's just bundled up with Sonic Generations. But that's my thing, though. I think Shadow Generation should have been its own game, like its own separate game, like its own game case and all that stuff. I don't think it should have been tied in with Sonic Generations or anything like that. I think it should have been its own standalone game. Or it could have been a remake of Shadow the Hedgehog, which is one of my favorite games. Yeah, I said it. It's one of my favorite games. I don't care. I can understand both sides. Why people hate it. I understand why people like it. For me, I like it. I like it. It's one of my favorites. But yeah, they could have remade Shadow the Hedgehog, or they could have given it a sequel. I think they could have worked. Sega knows Shadow's name alone would actually sell the game. That's actually partial of my reason why they said it's Sonic and Shadow Generations. They probably felt like Shadow's name alone probably would have sold the game. It would. This is the year of Shadow, after all. So, trust me, Shadow's name alone would have got people to go and get the game. Shadow Generations, Shadow the Hedgehog remake, who knows? I've heard speculations that maybe Sega is maybe experimenting with this game, and by that I mean, depending how successful the game is, who knows? Maybe maybe next year or 2 years from now, we could get Shadow's remake of his own game, or maybe a sequel to it. Who knows? Who knows what Sega's trying to do with this? Hopefully, they might do something like that. But yeah, that's my only problem. I just wish Shadow Generation was its own thing. I love everything about it. I love the Doom powers and all that, which the Doom powers is a really smart gimmick, even though it's a different variation of the whips, which I still can't, I gotta admit, I still can't stand the whips. They've been utilized way too much. And even though the Doom powers are sort of like that, for Shadow it makes sense. I mean, he shares blood with Black Doom, so it does make me wonder, why couldn't Shadow do things like Black Doom could do? He had his powers and all that, did he? Why couldn't he morph into things like that? So here's their opportunity to finally do that. Also, I'm surprised Takashi Iizuka is actually taking elements from Shadow the Hedgehog. Both Shadow the Hedgehog and Sonic 06 was Sega's one of their most biggest flops. And yet here they are utilizing Sonic 06 and Shadow the Hedgehog and saying, oh yeah, they're canon. Shadow being having Black Doom's blood, oh yeah, that's canon. I can't believe we live in a universe where Sega's actually acknowledging those past Sonic games and saying, oh yeah, they happened. And the thing about Shadow the Hedgehog and Sonic 06, they have potential. They really do have potential. So it's funny that they're going back and referencing those games. It's crazy, but yeah. But the Doom powers, they look cool. They're a mix of the Wisp and all that. But for Shadow having Black Doom's blood and all that, I can excuse it. It's good. I can like it. I like everything about it. Hopefully the levels are not linear like they were in Sonic Forces. Yep, like many fans, I didn't like Forces. It was awful. The levels were too linear. The levels were like a minute or two long. But it looks like there are multiple pathways and all that from the trailers. From the trailers, everything looks good. It looks like the Sonic game. It looks like the Sonic Forces we should have gotten. It's like Sonic Generations but expanded. But this time you're Shadow. There's more levels. What hasn't been said about it? I'm looking forward to it. So this year is definitely the year of Shadow, but it's also the year of Sonic. This is definitely one of the best years to be a Sonic fan. I'm glad. So yeah, I can't wait. So both October and December can't come any faster. But yeah, Sonic 8 Shadow Generations, Sonic the Hedgehog Movie 3. Looking forward to. I can't wait to play Sonic 8 Generations on the first day it comes out. Oh yeah, I got it digitally, so that means I'll be playing it 3 days early. So yeah, so I can't wait to play that 3 days early, and I can't wait to finally see Sonic 8 Shadow Generations when it comes out December 20th. So I hope you guys look forward to it, and even if you're not a Sonic fan, hopefully you guys will still check it out too, because it looks promising. It definitely does. Okay guys, my ugly ass has to go. I'm tired. I'll see you guys whenever the fuck I see you again. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.
I am the true ultimate life form.